violence interventions with a discussion with Zonta and the Nassau chapter of Lynx. We'll also be talking to the BFA about the upcoming Road to Concacaf Gold Cup match. TCL invites you to attend our Abaco Business Outlook happening Thursday, September 21st. Registration is $120. Early registration by September 15th is $100. Students can attend for $90 and a virtual ticket is $70. Now, let's have a check on weather with Godfrey Burnside.
Weather at Sunrise, brought to you by NUA, the hands-on agency.
Thank you, Gabrielle, and good morning, Bahamas. And your first look at weather at Sunrise, ridge of high pressure, weak one across the islands. That's going to be stable and dry conditions over the next several days, so beautiful weekend store weather-wise. Today, we're looking at lots of sunshine, hot, humid. We'll do a little straight shower as possible. High temperature reaching 93, heat index 106. Tonight, another warm and muggy one. Your low temperature going down to 80 degrees Fahrenheit. And some regional highs and lows across the Caribbean. Barbados, 1981. In Jamaica, 93 and 79. In Trinidad, 92 and 81. And the Turks and Caicos Islands, 91 and 79. Across North America, Atlanta, 87 and 66. In Boston, 78 and 65. In Miami, 91.79, Dallas, Texas, 94.73, and Toronto, Canada, 73 and 61. As you go to the week, the ridge of high pressure continues to be the dominant weather feature across the islands with dry, hot, humid conditions. But we're asking you small craft operators to remain in port over the next several days because some large northerly and easterly swells coming across the islands up to 12 feet. Temperature daytime will be upper 80s to low 90s at daytime, at nighttime in the upper 70s. With that pressure dropping your first look at weather at Sunrise, I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Mark.
Thank you, Godfrey. The road to the Concacaf Women's Gold Cup match between the Bahamas and Grenada is coming up next week, Wednesday, September 20th at 7 p.m. at the Thomas A. Robinson Stadium. Here to tell us more is Coach Ricqea Bain. She's the head coach of the women's team for the Bahamas Football Association. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning.
Yeah, man, we up talking ball this morning, you know. Introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about the BFA.
So I'm Coach Ricqea Bain. My coach name is Coach Kia, so most people know me as Coach Kia. I've been coaching at the BFA, so the national team, for about 5 years. So the players that are on the team this year, some of us has grown up together. So I would have been their assistant coach at U15, and now at women's, I'm their head coach.
That's a wonderful story. You should have some chemistry building along there. Were you a player yourself?
I played high school, but I never played on the national team.
And so what led to you wanting to become a coach?
So back then, we only went to U17 as females. So when I was finished with U17, I asked Coach, hey, can I help out? And he was like, yeah, sure, join. So I started coaching boys. I had probably one of the roughest boys group known. I had Future Stars boys, under 13. Everyone knew them to be really rugged, so
that's good.
I had them for a few years and then transitioned to the females about 3 years ago.
Well, that's great. And so we're here talking about this road to CONCACAF Women's Gold Cup. So tell us about this match that's coming up.
So we have our first match against Grenada. I don't think we've played Grenada over the years in our junior years, so it's going to be a new match for us. Everyone is excited. This is our first senior match in probably about 20 years.
Yeah, and I remember the women's team being a force. We used to train for the men's team and the under 15s, and you always had the girls team that were there. And they were training alongside, traveling. But it's great to see the team back up and running. Tell us a little bit about the team. Who's going to be playing?
So we have two D1 keepers. We have Melina McClure and Alexis DeVoe. They're in season right now, so we're really grateful for a coach to lead us to them. We have two players out of Freeport. One is in college right now. One is a high school player. If you had followed nationals, she would have led her team in nationals. We have 3 other champions from Seattle Walker's national team. We have a few of the players that you have most recently seen at beach soccer. And then we have, I think, 2 players about the age 29, 30, but we're mostly a makeup of young players between 20 and 15.
Well, that's great. And, having a good mix-up of youth and experience, not only New Providence-based players, but players from some of the islands and also abroad, makes a good mix. And, once you keep the team together, you build your chemistry and you go forward and win this Gold Cup. Tell us about your coaching staff. Who helps behind the scenes to keep this team running?
So my assistant coach, Cardisha Colbrook-Brown, and then we have Julio Jemison. You'd have known Julio from the last Nations League game and also beach soccer. Team manager, Charmaine. We have our equipment manager, Valencia.
Yes, I am familiar with most of those names. Brother Julio and I, we sweat together in many matches. Great goalkeeper. So you said the team hasn't played in about 20 years in a match at this level. So how does the team feel? How does the program feel as it leads up to this upcoming match?
Everyone is really eager to get back out there. The ones who play beach soccer would have played beach months ago, but the ones like the 29-year-old ones, they wouldn't have played grass in a while. We had Women's League come back last year in BFA, so that was a good experience for them. But to help us, we have a practice match this weekend against Turks.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Looking forward to that. So if people want to come out and support Bahamas versus Grenada, come and shout out the women's team, come up there to make noise. Tell us where people can get tickets and what time is the match.
Tickets can be found at NSA website and I think also at their box office. The match is at 7 p.m. Tickets are $35 VIP, $20 adult, and $10 for kids under 13.
Awesome. So before we wrap up, I want to just get your candid take on just where you think women's football is headed in the Bahamas, in the region, and what role you hope to play in that.
For us, I think we're on a rise. I've told my girls this is going to be a journey. We don't know which way we're going to turn and twist and turn, but it's going to be a journey of us going up. Some days may not be good, some days may be better, but we're on a journey and hopefully we will get back at the top of our game. So we're trying our best every day.
I love that. And there was the Women's World Cup recently. And so I don't know if there's a team there that you model or that you saw in the Bahamas team that maybe was a surprise team in the tournament. Anyone that stood out to you?
There is a team that we're modeling, but we don't want Grenada to get it.
You can't tell them. Keep it a secret. Don't bust the secret. Don't bust the secret. That's awesome. What do you want to say to our viewers and fans out there in terms of encouraging them to come and watch the match next week?
We'd like everyone to come out and support us. This is the first time women's is coming back in ages, so we'd like to have everyone behind us. And if you're not sure about you can make it out, still tune in, comment. We'll be happy to see you commenting on the lives.
Yeah, and be there in person, be there on the live. And I know that when it comes to playing national team soccer, it's the players' commitment, there's the coaches' commitment, the staff, but also the parents and the guardians. So you want to shout out any of, I know there's always some parents who are like parent coaches, they're bringing water and they're really, anything you want to say to the parents out there?
I'd like to say thank you to the parents because we do, like I said, we have high school kids that play and we've been training Monday to Friday, 6:30 to 8:30 and school has started and the parents' commitment has still been there. So my younger players, I would like to really thank their parents for helping them out to stay focused because they're still all 3-point students. So they couldn't do it without their parents. The older ones, I don't want to get in trouble. So I'd like to thank all my parents, all their supporters, and everyone that's been supporting us, whether it's kind words when we see someone on the street and they say, hey, you played the national team, you coach, and they give us a little inspiration. So thank everyone that's been supporting us.
And we want to thank you for being here this morning. Coach Kia, inspiring us all, getting ready to take on Grenada. We can beat the nutmeg out of them.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us this morning on Bahamas at Sunrise and looking forward to seeing you in your upcoming match against Grenada.
Thank you, too.
You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
Hey, Mom, can you look after Kaylee?
Sorry, I'll be out for a while doing my home and car insurance.
What? You know there's a newer way, right?
A new way.
Where have you been? Look, go to newerinsurance.com, log in, get your quote, buy your insurance, done. You can even use it to manage your claim.
Oh?
By the way, it's not newer.
It's NUA. Where's she been?
Do it anyway with NUA Insurance Agents and Brokers.
The 19th Abaco Business Outlook is coming up Thursday, September 21st at the Abaco Beach Resort. Join us as we discuss the theme, Forward, Upward, Onward Together, a bold vision for Abaco in celebration of the nation's 50th anniversary of independence. Keynote address by the Honorable Wayne Monroe, Minister of National Security. Speakers are Daphne Gregory, Latia Duncombe, Chantel Sands, LaSonia Missick, Linda Davis, Sheandra Newton, Carl Archer Jr., Cyprian Gibson, Ian Pratt, and Samantha Lookie. Don't miss this valuable networking opportunity. Register now at tclevents.com or call us at 322-7505 or 6. That's Abaco Business Outlook, Thursday, September 21st.
The push-to-talk device is a beautiful device. It operates on our world-class cellular network. You can take pictures, you can take videos, you can put your persons in different groups. If they want the engineering team to have a different communication than the finance team or the security team, you can do that with the push-to-talk device. And that's not something that you can actually do with a regular communications radio device. We have several different types of devices. There's the 380, the 580 plus, and then there's the 590 plus, which is the top of the line device.
Meet Leno, your bridge to the future. Wealth planning, investments, corporate services, trust services, pension administration, fund administration, outsourced accounting, and payroll. When you think of financial solutions, think of Leno. Local or international, company or individual, Leno can help. Our team of skilled professionals has the experience and expertise needed for you to strive. Your goals are our goals and our priority. Leno will guide you to the right financial solution with the knowledge, resources, and support you need. Give us a call at 242-396-3225 or email us at info@lenobahamas.com to get started. Visit our website, www.lenobahamas.com, for more information today. Leno, your bridge to the future.
Welcome back. With a continued focus on reaching every child, today we will explore the Department of Education's plans for student development. Here to talk with us about this are Dwanye Higgins, Assistant Director of Education at the Ministry of Education and Technical Vocational Training, and Cylestina Cooper-Williams, an Education Officer at the Ministry of Education, Technical and Vocational Training. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Thank you.
Good morning.
So I'll start with you, Mr. Higgins. Can you share the role of Student Development Education section?
Yeah, the Student Development section is the arm of the Ministry of Education that supports the curriculum. So what teachers are normally doing in the classrooms in terms of whether it's math, language, science, etc., or whether it's the sports programs, whether it's the terms of expression for students in terms of debate, spelling bee, all of those things are what our section looks into. Also, we support the alternative programs, those students who might find it difficult to settle in a normal school. We basically look at supporting them as well because every child counts and we don't need to leave anyone behind.
Obviously, for so many reasons, this is incredibly important. And the Ministry of Education and Technical Vocational Training has been tasked with just a really, I don't want to say difficult, but a really mammoth task in terms of reaching every child, particularly those with different needs. How can corporate Bahamas or just community partners help? Yeah, sorry, I'm posing at you, Ms. Williams.
Well, because we offer so many programs, needless to say, if you want to do it well, it calls for some finances. So we tend to reach out to corporate Bahamas so that they can assist us with these different programs. So for those persons who are not assisting, this is a plea for them to come on board with us because, as Mr. Higgins said, we offer a variety of programs from sports to spelling bee to debates to after-school literacy, as well as we have our schools that our alternative schools that help with children who have little issues in the classroom. So we are looking for any type of help, whether it be tangible, whether it be partners who will come and just spend some time at the centers mentoring our children, or whether it be the finances. We accept all.
We need support, however you can support, which is, I mean, the truth. Mr. Higgins, talk about the importance of after-school programs.
Yeah, usually what we often do as adults is we tell children what not to do. But the other side to that is, okay, if I'm not doing this, then what should I be doing? The after-school programs are an attempt to answer that. So instead of students going home being idle, instead of them getting into harm's way and so forth, we have a myriad list of opportunities for students after school. So this is what would help to bring about the type of sustained discipline, giving students opportunities, whether it's through scholarship or other opportunities for exposure, meeting new people, learning how to basically deal with conflicts, deal with others, living harmoniously. So the after-school programs, it's critical because it extends the child's life, and it also it eliminates that void in the afternoon where children tend to be more problematic.
And if I may also
of course.
add, one of the things that our after-school programs do, they help to hone the talents that our children have. Because, in the school system, we have a mandate. They have a mandate to ensure that our children pass their examinations. But with our after-school programs, we have facilitators who can just focus on that talent that the children have and help to develop it. And who knows what they can be later on in life.
Well,
Take it to another level for sure.
Yes.
Speaking of developing talents and skills, Ms. Williams, talk to me about the sailing and the swimming programs.
Well, I'll turn that over to Mr. Higgins.
Well, we are embarking on a very interesting journey. The sailing has been named the national sport as of April this year. So the Ministry of Education, along with other partners, we would like to take advantage of that. Students need to know the culture, they need to know who we are, how we got to where we are. And the sailing, the proposal that we are moving into is we want to see how many schools we can actually expose our students to. We have some schools who have already been a part of the sailing program, like CV Bethel. There are some schools in some primary schools that the Nassau Sailing Club, they have been involved with as well, but we want to expand that. And of course, you can't go in the water unless you're able to swim. So Let's Swim Bahamas has partnered with the ministry, and I'm being told that also the Ministry of Youth in the very near future will also be exposing more students to swimming, because we are an archipelago. And if we're not able to swim, the disaster that happened in Dorian, God forbid, if we could at least get more swimmers, we might mitigate some of the disaster fatalities that may take place.
Very, very important. And can you expand that to just talk about the importance of sports altogether? So education and sports actually have a tendency to go hand in hand, even if it's by way of opportunities in the future. So talk to that.
Yes, sports is one of the platforms. The Bahamas has experienced it. We have gotten more mileage from sports. Our athletes like Shawnee Miller, the Stephen Gardners, the Davis Thompson. We've gotten more exposure out of those types of opportunities than anything else. So for students, for citizens to take advantage of the skills that God's given them, and Bahamians are extremely talented. We have been achieving at high levels all around. So to expose children to more opportunities through sports it doesn't only give notoriety to the country, but it gives children opportunities to not only get scholarships for further education, but also it brings about a type of discipline that you don't get in a math classroom, for example. The fact that you become master of your own fate. You're the one who, you become the captain of your own soul. So in terms of learning the routines and incorporating diet, time management, all of these various skills are developed through sports. And we really, it's a very important part of our society, and we need to take advantage of it.
Absolutely, and we're coming to the end, but I have to ask this before we're done. Ms. Williams, talk to the importance of parental involvement in the education process.
One of the things that we have always been preaching is that education is trifold. We have the students who are responsible for doing their assignments. We have the educators who give the instruction. But then we also have the parents who have a very important role to play. It is very important for parents to know who their children's teachers are and to become involved in what is happening in the school environment. There are many opportunities. You can adopt a classroom. It is important to attend PTA meetings. You can become a part of everything that's happening within the school. So in a nutshell, what I'm saying is that we cannot do it without the parents. And so the role of a parent within the school system is very, very important.
I love that. So we're really just talking about creating a holistic approach toward education that's involving every sector of society. And of course, it starts at home. So I just have to say thank you to you for the incredible work that you're doing. And thank you for joining me this morning.
Thank you for inviting us.
And thank you for watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
I used to think of the bank as my personal ATM machine. If I wanted a new car, new furniture, a weekend trip to Miami, no problem, just max out the credit card or top up my loan. I was a big baller until I realized that 75% of my salary was going to pay back all those loans. Fidelity's personal financial coaching was the best solution. Fidelity gave me a plan with a debt consolidation loan that has a built-in savings that pays 5% interest. I now only have one low monthly payment plus money in my pocket. Give Fidelity Bank a call at 356-7764 in Nassau or 352-6676 in Freeport. Visit any of Fidelity's locations or visit a website at fidelitygroup.com.
And I say, boy, my island's in the sun, 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 sun. Bring it up now. And I say, boy, my island's in the sun. Carnival time is here. That's when I turn to party. This rock and I got to get so, boy, my island's in the sun.
Fly free from Nassau. Visit BahamasResidence.com for details.
Starting this August and every month thereafter, the Bahamas National Statistical Institute will be conducting the Quarterly Labor Force Survey. This household-based survey is designed to produce quarterly labor force estimates and deliver important information, including the number of persons employed and unemployed, employed persons classified by occupation, and more. If you're 15 or older, we encourage you to participate. For more information, visit bahamas.gov.bs/statistics.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile. Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station, open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
One thing, two things, little thing, old things, things that are small, things that are grand, things that fit just right into the palm of your hand. Fox Hill Nursery, a large selection of garden supplies. If you can see it in your mind, you can find it at Fox Hill Nursery.
And welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. We're up dead early on another marvelous Monday. We are at the mid-show. Thanks for sticking with us. My name is Mark Daniels.
And I'm Davriel Gardner, hoping that you're still having a happy Monday.
Yeah, happy Monday, and a brand new start to a fresh week. I had a great weekend. It's another week of school, and while I mentioned that, so first week of school, for everyone is officially done. But unfortunately, one of mine came home with a little sniffles on Friday. It's like, I got caught already, the bug. And, between the school sniffles, there's dengue going around, there's people who have COVID. Just reminding everyone to look after your health. And, remember, the cure to some of your symptoms and ailments can be found right in your yard. So that good old bush medicine Grandma used to do for you, don't forget about that. Fever grass right now is especially important with these sniffles, dengue fever, and all of that. Now, I'm not a medical doctor, but I know my bush. Get yourself some fever grass, boil it up, put a little lemon in it, a little honey, put some ginger, get yourself together.
I agree, and make sure you make your way to the beach. There are a few natural doctors that I've heard about called the sun and seawater and exercise. So just roll all that into one and stop by the beach.
Yeah. Nature's pharmacy is always open. Remember that. But look out for them rip currents, because Godfrey just was telling us about that. So we got a lot coming up in our second half. We're going to be continuing our series on sexual violence interventions with a discussion with the Zonta Club and the Nassau chapter of Links.
And we're going to be chatting with the folks at UV about their exciting Cylesarn initiative. But before all that, we'll take a second look at weather with Godfrey Burnside.
Weather at Sunrise, brought to you by NUA, the hands-on agency.
Thank you, Davriel, and good morning, Bahamas. In your second look at weather sunrise, we take a trip around the tropics, and we still have powerful Category 3 Hurricane Lee. Lee, at 5 a.m. this morning, was located near latitude 23.1 degrees north, longitude 62.6 degrees west. That puts it 340 miles to the north of the Northern Leeward Islands and 650 miles south-southeast of Bermuda. Lee is moving towards the northwest now at 7 miles per hour. Those winds are back up to 20 miles per hour with higher gusts. We do expect some further strengthening during the next 24 to 48 hours. On the track of Lee, you will see Lee now making a northward track and then a northward track away from Bahamas, but Lee will cause some dangerous swells across the islands, 10 to 12 feet over the next several days. And so we're asking small craft to remain in port, and those out there to be in port now. And we're asking swimmers to stay with the sea because of deadly rip currents. And then we have Tropical Storm Margot at 5 a.m. this morning, was located in latitude 25.3 degrees north, longitude 40.0 degrees west, some 1,215 miles to the northwest of the Cabo Verde Islands. It's moving towards the north at 8 miles per hour. Those winds 65 miles per hour with higher gusts. And then we have an area of low pressure 700 miles west-southwest of Cabo Verde Islands, only a low or 10% chance of development. On the local scene, we have a weak ridge of high pressure that dominates the weather across the island, so stable and dry conditions over the next several days. In your marine forecast today, those winds northeast to east at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet over the islands. And then on Tuesday, those winds become north to northeast at 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 to 4 feet over the northwest Bahamas, 15 to 20 knots, seas 4 to 7 feet over the central and southeastern islands. On Wednesday, those winds north to northeast at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 5 feet over northwest and central Bahamas, northwesterly at 15 to 20 knots, sea 4 to 7 feet over the southeastern islands. Your tide, Currently have a high tide that happened 6:30 this morning. Next low tide will be at 13 minutes past midday. Low gain this evening at 6:34. Sunset will be at 7:17 this evening. Rises tomorrow at 6:54. UV index 9. Your water temperature 89 degrees Fahrenheit. And your moon phase now moving towards a new moon. Friday weather outlook. Lots of sunshine. That's that high pressure becomes the ridge of high pressure becomes the dominant feature. Lots of sunshine, hot and humid conditions. There's a chance of a few quick passing showers. The temperature daytime will be in the upper 80s to lower 90s daytime and the upper 70s at nighttime. That pressure from your follow could weather at sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Mark.
Thank you, Godfrey. Begin your journey to learn, grow, and thrive with a professional development certificate from the University of the Bahamas. Fall courses are starting soon, or they have begun, right? Here to tell us more are Lottis Knowles. She is the Interim Dean of the Continuing Education and Lifelong Learning, or Cylesrn. And we also have Tammy Archer. She is the Director at Cylesrn. Good morning and welcome to Mamas at Sunrise.
Good morning.
Thank you both for being here in the UB blue and your nice power red. I'm loving it. Let's jump right in. So can you tell us about the range of professional development courses that UB's Cylesrn program offers?
So good morning, Mark. And yes, at Cylesrn, we offer courses from free courses. So we have free day seminars that we want to offer, in particular to the citizens, the senior citizens, as well as we have one-day seminars that range from maybe 4 hours. And we'll take you right on up to a 16-month, 18-month program.
That's awesome.
For certificates.
That's awesome. Because, you know, these professional development programs, I work with people that love them. Every other month they sign up for something else and they just racking up the certificates and the courses. For some companies, it impacts your salary.
Yes.
There are other impacts. Why don't you discuss some of the impacts of these programs that Cylesrn offers?
Yes, Mark, thank you. So traditionally or historically, when someone wanted to launch their career path or continue on their career path, they chose a degree program, a bachelor or associate degree program. And those programs run for about 4 years. People now, young people and adult learners, are now realizing that they want quicker paths to successful careers, and that's where certificate courses and certificate programs come in. So the beauty of a certificate program is it's shorter and it's less expensive than a traditional four-year degree program. And the benefits are many. For example, like you said, it can boost your career. It looks good on your resume. It can increase your earnings. It also tells your employer that you are a continuous learner. No one wants to hire someone who's stagnant, who's not growing. And the minute you stop learning, you stop growing. So there's so many benefits.
Oh, I love that. Now, see, I'm the kind of person I'm going to sign up for some random course in like tea making or something. 'Cause I just like to learn. I just like to take courses. I was always like that. So how is UB responding to the needs of the industry through the Cylesrn program that the industry is here in the Bahamas?
So we are very responsive. In particular, we have a new program coming out now that's going to be offered to high school graduates all the way to senior persons in data analytics. So we're offering that program. It's just a boot camp program for about 4 months, and this has been requested by our industry partners. In addition to that, we do know that human resource management, procurement, those sorts of programs are requested or demanded by our partners.
So speak to, I guess, the focus on, let's say, technology in some of these programs. What programs are more tech-based? And let's just, I guess, discuss a little bit more about what's being offered.
Okay, so my lovely director, Tammy, her specialty is in the tech area. So I'm going to defer that, seeing that she's more knowledgeable about that particular area.
So as I just mentioned, the data analytics course is a fully technological class because we're not only teaching applications like Excel, but we're going to push the students in programming, Python and SQL. So the technological side is going to be covered in that course. As well as we have smaller classes like a QuickBooks course, just a little small Microsoft Word course, PowerPoint. So those office applications we will also cover.
Those are great.
And in addition to that, we may just come up and, you may find something like a like a smartphone photography that's also with technology. So we do have some newer, more vibrant, more exciting courses that we will be offering in technology.
Selfies 101, right?
Selfies 101.
Who should enroll for these courses?
everybody. Our courses are designed for all ages. We have personal development courses as well, and Tammy just alluded to the smartphone photography course. A course I'd like to highlight is a TikTok masterclass. Now, most people will think, well, TikTok, who wants to study TikTok? But it's about digital marketing. So if you are a small business owner, you have a small advertising budget, a TikTok marketing class is perfect for you. It will show you innovative and inexpensive ways to push your products and your services. And we know that everybody is into TikTok today. You know, those short clips are amusing and they are eye-catching and they're drawing people to them.
Sounds like I could send my niece and nephews there to get their
We
certificate.
have something for everyone, Mark. We absolutely do.
Yeah, because you know the kids, they already know how to do this TikTok magic, right?
Yes.
So they can get their certificate and they can start their business and be off and running. Any other courses that you find that people might be surprised to hear that's being offered through the Cylestin program?
Absolutely. So this term we'll be also offering defensive driving.
Yes, that's an exciting
defensive
course.
driving.
Yeah,
So we we have come, because of industry study, we've determined that defensive driving is actually needed in the Bahamas. So we can offer this to our truck drivers or just a regular everyday passenger who wants to learn how to drive and prepare for driving.
Oh yeah, I definitely need
on the
that.
streets of the Bahamas.
Emergency vehicle drivers as well. You know, definitely they would need a course like defensive driving.
So tell us, how do people sign up, and what is some of the costs of some of these courses?
Okay, Tammy, talk about sign up and I'll talk about costs.
Sure. So on our website, if you go to ub.edu.bs, you will see a link there for Elevate. So you would choose Elevate, and under Elevate, you'll be experiencing our web catalog, and you'll see all of the courses that we offer. You just click, sign up, and pay.
And our prices range from $100 to a one-day seminar to as much as like the longer courses are more. So $600 is the cost for the Justice of the Peace course, which is so needed because there are a lot of persons who are appointed in that role but don't know how to carry out all the functions of the Justice of the Peace.
That sounds like a little side gig for me,
Side,
man.
yeah.
I'm about to do all these courses.
Mark, I want to put a plug in here
Go
for our
for it.
senior citizens.
Yeah.
We have something that's free for them. It's once a month. We have something called Let's Chat. And it's an opportunity for them to come in to hear someone talk about current issues that may impact them and everyone else. And they get to share their ideas and their input. And so we want to encourage persons who are retired to come out of the house, come back to school, you know, get that brain going again and stay young and vibrant. And so those courses for our senior citizens, they're free of charge.
That's awesome. And we can also find those on the website.
Yes,
and they can sign up and they'll get notices as to when these free courses are.
And we can help them sign up. So if they are not familiar with how to use, you know, the internet, they can come into our office and we will happily sign them up for those courses.
That's awesome. You might find that some of them want to come and teach these courses, right?
Right. And by the way, so that everyone knows, Cylestin is no longer on Moss Road. We're on University Drive in the building of Culinary Arts and Leisure Management. So they can come and walk right on in. Or they can call us at 302-4339.
What if there's someone out there who feels as though they can teach a course, or maybe want to be a part of the instructional team, or they have, they're qualified, like I'm a botanist, I can teach a course on identification of bush medicine. How does somebody want to join? How does someone join it?
So that person can go to the UB's website. There are applications online, and they can fill it out. Our professors are highly qualified and highly skilled. So the person must have at least a minimum, for professional degree programs that is, a minimum of a master's degree and about 5 years experience in the field. Because they'll be teaching adults, professional adults, they must know some real life, real world experiences to share in the classroom.
Sound like bush medicine 101 coming up.
Yeah, yes, and you'll be the first one signing up.
I can submit my application. So I'd like to thank you both for being here. Anything else you want to mention to our viewers before we close about UBs or the UB Cylestin program?
I think that getting a certificate program from the University of the Bahamas is an excellent choice because we are the premier institution for higher learning. And so if you are going to do professional development, do it in a place that matters and where your degree or certificate would actually count.
Awesome. I I love that.
And we welcome persons to come and learn with us.
Welcome one and all, old and young. Well, thank you both for being here on the show with us this morning. We enjoyed this discussion. Very inspirational talk. Looking forward to those courses starting, and you might see me in one or two of them, right?
Thank you, Mark, our great alumnus.
Yeah, exactly. Don't call out. I went to COB. All right. Thank you both for being here this morning.
Thank you too.
You're watching Mamas at Sunrise. Keep learning, everybody. We'll be right back.
Here are 3 young people who stopped attending high school and got disengaged in their educational journey due to the pandemic. Today, they are proudly taking their walk all over the place because they took advantage of BTVI's Smart Start initiative. All high school students in New Providence and the Family Islands can participate in free hands-on learning to improve employability, learn basic literacy and numeracy skills, and earn a BTVI certificate in automotive mechanics, beauty and construction trades, or fashion in only 14 weeks for full-time participants or 24 weeks for part-time. Don't count yourself out. Do what they did and enroll today. Email smartstart@btvi.edu.ds or call 502-6300 so you can take your walk anywhere in life.
The 19th Abaco Business Outlook is coming up Thursday, September 21st at the Abaco Beach Resort. Join us as we discuss the theme, Forward, Upward, Onward Together, a bold vision for Abaco in celebration of the nation's 50th anniversary of independence. Keynote address by the Honorable Wayne Monroe, Minister of National Security. Speakers are Daphne Gregory, Lottis Duncombe, Chantel Sands, LaSonia Missick, Linda Davis, Sheandra Newton, Carl Archer Jr., Cyprian Gibson, Ian Pratt, and Samantha Lookie. Don't miss this valuable networking opportunity. Register now at tclevents.com or call us at 322-7505 or 6. That's Abaco Business Outlook, Thursday, September 21st.
Focall Holdings Limited is proud of its consistent growth and the financial success it continues to bring to many Bahamians who invest in the company. Focall is committed to ensuring optimal financial performance for its shareholders. Focall's leadership remains focused on superior customer service and operational excellence across all sectors. Focall.
What do you want from a cloud solution? You want flexibility and edge? You want to modernize applications with the ability to deliver new ones with lightning speed. You want an infrastructure that's automated, secure, cost-effective, and scalable. You want to give the end user the freedom they want with the control you need. You can't get all that from just any cloud. You need something better. You need Bahamas Cloud. Contact the experts today at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
Welcome back. We've been featuring a series on sexual violence interventions, and today we will talk with 2 organizations that make a difference with women in this country. We welcome Christel Sands-Feaste, President of the Nassau chapter of Links Incorporated, and Sonia Brown, President of the Zonta Club of Nassau. Good morning, ladies, and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
So first of all, it's Feast is correct?
Yes.
Okay, we'll start with you. Tell us, what is Links all about?
So the Links Incorporated is a large organization of over 17,000 women, nonprofit organization that consists of 300 chapters in the United States, the Bahamas, and the United Kingdom. It's a service-based organization, but slightly different. We are an organization of women that focuses on transformational service-based programs. Our goal is to transform the lives of persons in the communities that we serve. The Nassau chapter of the Links Incorporated was the first internationally chartered chapter way back in 1989. Wow. So we've been around for a very long time. And some of the initiatives that the Nassau chapter of Links has been focused on is our Safe House, which I'll tell you a bit more about, that was established over 20 years ago. So for a service-based organization that focuses on transformational projects like Links, this issue of women providing services and support to our community is not a new issue. And the way that the Links operates is we implement our transformational projects through 5 facets. Services to the arts, services to the youth, health and human services, international trends and services, and national trends and services. So in a very structured way. And collectively, the Links Incorporated has over 1 million hours, documented service hours in all of the communities that we serve.
So it's safe to say that Links is definitely making a difference.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And I'll let you speak, Ms. Brown, too. What is Zonta doing to make a difference?
Well, just to tell you a little bit about Zonta, so we're also an international organization. It's been around for over 100 years, locally here in the Bahamas. We were formed 41 years ago, the Zonta Club of Nassau, and we also have the Zonta Club of New Providence that would be 26 years old. And so we have been working to advance the status of women, but this pressing issue of violence against women is really important. We have to address it. Women experience violence, sexual violence especially, in their homes, in the office, at school, at church, and it knows no boundaries. It doesn't matter what your economic status is. And we need to understand that as a country, it affects our development. So if you have someone going into the workplace and they're not able to properly perform, that affects the economy. And I really want to throw out a challenge to men, because this is also a men's issue. You have mothers, you have sisters, you have wives, you have daughters, and they're experiencing violence. And you need to speak out to men that you know are performing acts of violence. So we really need the men to join us.
I feel like this was a perfect lead-in to the fact that you have a Say No to Violence Against Women campaign ongoing. What is the practical reality of that campaign look like?
Right, so that campaign exists through all of Zonta International, and it begins on November 25th, the International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women, and it ends on December 10th, Human Rights Day, because we know that women's rights are human rights. And so as a part of that campaign, we focus on 2 things, education and awareness. Number 1, we can't deal with a problem if we're not aware that we have it. And we also have to admit in this country that we have a serious problem with violence, especially sexual violence. And so education, the education component comes in where we work to have, we do radio shows and seminars virtually and in person to explain to people what a healthy relationship looks like. I think that is the starting point, and starting with having a healthy relationship, first of all, with yourself. Yes. Because if you respect yourself, you know what you deserve, you would have the motivation, the courage to move out of those difficult relationships. And I want to say too that we encourage persons to access help. There's the Bahamas Crisis Center, there's psychological services, people need to access help.
All right. Speaking to that, practical help, Ms. Feaste, you actually touched on it, that Links does have a safe house for women. Can you speak to that?
Sure. So the Safe House, just to give you a bit of background of how the Safe House was established. So after 10 years after the Nassau chapter was established, the chapter determined that they would establish a Safe House. And the Safe House construction began in 2000 and was completed in 2003. And we're proud to say that it was the first Safe House of its kind in the country back in 2003. And the purpose of the Safe House was twofold. First, it was to provide a safe space for women in crisis with or without children. And so if a woman is in crisis and feels that she needs a safe space to go to, with her children as well, the Nassau chapter of Links, the Safe House, affords that discreet place for a woman to go with her children, firstly to be safe, and secondly to establish a place where she and her children are at home. 3 meals a day are provided. They are safe. There's an administrator there. There are common area spaces, and so on. In addition to that safe space, which is so important in a confidential setting for women who are in crisis, which Zonta is working towards, and they talk about their initiatives in that respect as well. The second element, and again, is the second element of the Safe House is also to provide a dormitory for girls. It's not related to violence, but it provides support to women and girls who are seeking tertiary education, and it provides dormitory facilities for girls who are in some form of tertiary education in New Providence. So again, twofold, something that has been around for over 20 years, but only made possible with the support of a private sector organization like Links, with the support of corporate Bahamas, private citizens, and so on in the Bahamas. When I was looking back at the brochure that was published in 2003, it is astounding and inspiring to see back then the number of institutions, corporate citizens, individuals who supported that initiative, contributed. The government of the Bahamas partnered with Links at that time to make that possible, and felt that it was necessary to establish a permanent place for women in this country to feel safe, and somewhere that was a refuge for them, and most importantly, with or without their children. So if having a children and a family is no obstacle at all.
I am curious to find out, is this something that people take advantage of on a regular basis?
Yes. On an ongoing basis over the 20 years, we've had hundreds of women and their children who have availed themselves of the support that is provided by the Safe House, again, in a safe space, for periods of time, yes. So it's certainly something that portion of the Safe House is utilized on an ongoing basis.
During the break, Ms. Brown, we kind of spoke to a recent headline that came out in The Guardian saying that the UN report indicated that 25% of people think that it's acceptable to use physical violence, particularly on a female partner. Speak to the importance of educating the public on what is a reasonable way to behave.
Well, again, yes, education is really important, but remember, we are battling against these social stereotypes, history, and so it's really difficult. This is a really challenging and nuanced problem, and therefore we have to encourage people to just be aware of, when they see women who look like they're in crisis, see if they can assist, and again, we encourage our men to take a part, because sometimes they are aware of another man who is imparting violence in their family, and we need the men to speak up. But Zonta is also about partnerships, and so we continue to work with various other NGOs to assist in this cause, because this is a really big fight, and so we just want to continue working with others to inform the public and to increase awareness around this important issue.
And I guess I'll put it out to both of you. If there is a woman who's watching this, or who might know someone who is in crisis, how do they seek help?
I think the most important point, and this is to underscore your position, is any form of violence and any form is unacceptable. And the Nassau chapter of Links, and I think collectively our organizations condemn any form of violence. Seek help, contact the Department of Social Services, seek other form of assistance. In some instances, people may feel that they can't reach out to a government agency. Seek a friend, someone who is comfortable, someone who you feel confident and safe, and you feel that you can securely speak to on an ongoing basis. I think certainly is what I would say.
Yes, and definitely the Bahamas Crisis Center is there to help. So they are a resource, and they should be contacted.
Okay, and so social services, the crisis center, they are the ones who are going to funnel people to Links and to
They
Zonta.
could come directly to the Zonta Club in Nassau.
And how can they reach you?
Well, I give with my number, 357-4724. That's 357-4724, or Zonta Club of Nassau at hotmail.com.
And how can they reach out to Links?
They can contact myself, Christel Sands-Feaste. I'm the president of Links 3767881. The Safe House is a nonprofit organization. It has a board, and the president of that board is my Link sister, Christine Robinson.
Okay, ladies, I mean, you're really putting it all out there. You're allowing people to contact you directly, and I think that just speaks to the passion that you have for a very important subject. So I just want to personally, on behalf of the entire Bahamas, say thank you.
Thank you as well.
And thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
The 19th Abaco Business Outlook is coming up Thursday, September 21st at the Abaco Beach Resort. Join us as we discuss the theme, Forward, Upward, Onward Together, a bold vision for Abaco in celebration of the nation's 50th anniversary of independence. Keynote address by the Honorable Wayne Monroe, Minister of National Security. Speakers are Daphne Gregory, Lottis Duncombe, Chantel Sands, LaSonia Missick, Linda Davis, Sheandra Newton, Carl Archer Jr., Cyprian Gibson, Ian Pratt, and Samantha Lookie. Don't miss this valuable networking opportunity. Register now at tclevents.com or call us at 322-7505 or 6. That's Abaco Business Outlook, Thursday, September 21st.
Well, it has been another wonderful, or marvelous, as you would say, Monday here on Bahamas at Sunrise. We've had such incredible and important conversations about what different entities, whether they're government entities or nonprofit, are doing to move the Bahamas forward.
Yeah. And I think we ended off with a very important discussion there about sexual violence interventions. Men, we got to hold ourselves accountable, man to man. You got a brethren, a family member, pull them aside. And if you pull them aside and it ain't happening, you can pull out the folding white chair. Remember the folded white chair from Alabama? You got to pull out the folding white chair. It'll solve all the problems. But we appreciate y'all sticking with us today. Have yourself a productive week, and we're going to see you on Friday. Remember to drink your bush tea, get some sun and sun on your body, but look out for them rip currents because Lee is still in the area.
All right. Have a great week.
That's it and that's all.
That's it and that's all.